With any goal or anything that you are heading towards, you kind of need to know, what does that destination look like? What does success look like? What are we actually going towards? What would you say are some of those key characteristics that start to signify, hey, like this is a silo-free data architecture. Like we did it. We got here.
I think, we will very much still characterize it as, kind of the data journey, right? That it is a journey. It's not a kind of a lift, and all of a sudden you've shifted over into our new data architecture and everything is totally rosy. That's a lot to put on the business, in terms of just kind of the natural effort, the inclusion of people that are subject matter experts around the individual systems. The key characteristics, though, once you get to that kind of finalized data architecture, is that it is providing answers without having to kind of look back to the underlying applications. There is a raised element of familiarity across the business. So a lot of people call it data literacy in terms of understanding, kind of the data and where it comes from and what it is. At the end of the day, if you look underneath the covers of an ERP or you look under the covers of a CRM application, some of the stuff is human intelligible in terms of data and kind of where it's stored. But there's a lot that's not, because those applications were built to store the information, to store the transactions that were happening as a result of the business processes. So the new data architecture that lives within Fabric, that's really a reflection of the business and the model, it should be something that's very human intelligible. You're right. That you can look at it and you can say, okay, I see customer and I see item and I see employee and I see organization and I see date and other things. There's really kind of common topics that we use to look at the transactions of the business. And then the transactions of the business, what come as a result of the business processes, should be available within that architecture as well. So whether it's, the upfront marketing and sales activity, through to the transactional elements of kind of serving the customer, fulfilling orders, those sort of things, all the way through to, potentially the ongoing evaluation of kind of the customer's own perspective on the company, sentiment or otherwise. It should all be there. It should all be there within that data architecture. And it can get there incrementally. It's definitely not a boil the ocean sort of thing or a swallow the elephant sort of thing. It's you just figure out how to kind of naturally work towards that architecture, and then build out an area that's off of, say, CRM first or the ERP first. And then you start adding kind of the other facets or attributes from the applications that you haven't touched yet.